Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about getting my degree at 60. 60 years old, I got my degree. So let me give you a little bit of background. If you have always wanted to finish your degree, or if you have any other life goals that you wanted to accomplish by a certain time, this video is for you. So, first of all, when did I start my degree? Well, this process started when I was 18 years old. So I went to college. And, that was the first time away from my parents. So I was exploring life and being very social and going to parties and not really studying. And at the end of the year, I went home and I tried to keep going back to college several times. And it just didn't work out for me. And then I got married, I had kids, and I got divorced. And when I got divorced, not having a degree really played a big part in getting a job and what kind of jobs I could get. So I attempted to go back to college again, and that was in my 40s. I attempted to go back to college again, and no, it was too much to work full time, to be a single parent of special needs kids. I have one child with special needs, another child with health issues. And so going back to college was just not in the cards for me. So in the last couple of years, I started taking some classes online. And I took a life coaching course, a health and wellness course. And then I thought, what would be best to help me coach is a degree in psychology. And so at the age of 57, 58, I went back to college and I did it all online. I had to pull in all of my transcripts, and let me tell you, that was no easy feat. And I actually had to take some gen ed courses just to get into the program that I wanted to get into. So what took so long to get my degree? I mean, realistically, it took me 42 years to get it. That is the longest time someone could be in college, really. But what took so long? Well, first of all, I had kids, life got in the way, and other people. So when I was married, my husband at the time and I both wanted to go back to college. And we couldn't both do it at the same time. And so I supported my husband to go through and finish his degree. Now, that said, his work did pay for his college. All we had to do was pay for his books. But I was the one who took care of the kids and took care of the house and took care of everything, as well as helping him write papers, helping him study, that kind of thing. Also, I really struggled with ADHD, which was undiagnosed. So for such a long time, studying was so hard for me. Keeping focus was so hard for me because back in the day, ADHD wasn't even a thing when I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and especially not for women, or girls. It wasn't a thing. So now we know so much more about ADHD and adult ADHD, which is great. And we've come across some techniques to help in addition to some medications. So let's talk about, why did I want to finish my degree? Well, for one thing, a lot of people in my social circle and in my family all had degrees. And I was the one who didn't have a degree. And for a long time, I didn't need a degree in some of the occupations that I went into, but I always felt like it was a big secret that I didn't have my degree. And I didn't like that. So another reason was, I felt like I had helped enough people get ahead in life and get their degrees that I deserved to get my degree. and it was just something that I wanted to finish. I just felt like it was something that was unfinished. Another reason I wanted to get my degree was I thought it would open a lot of doors that were closed to me. And I will say this, that is actually what happened. There were jobs that I could not possibly do because I did not have a degree. And once I had my degree, the doors just opened. It was like that was the key that I needed to pursue professional work. So, like I said before, what degree did I get? I got a psychology degree. Now, when I was probably 12 or 13 years old, someone had given our family some textbooks, college textbooks, and one of them was an abnormal psychology book. And I remember reading that book like cover to cover. I was so fascinated by abnormal psychology. It just, it reminded me of some people I knew, and I just thought it was just so fascinating. So when I decided to finish my degree, I went for a psychology degree. So the next question I get is, where did you graduate from? Well, I actually graduated from Capella University. Now, this video is not sponsored by Capella University. They don't even know I'm doing this, but I will say this. I thought that an online college would be easy. I thought, oh, I'll be able to do that. I will just sail through it. Oh, no. No. I did not sail through it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I am a stickler for doing things the right way. And so if they said read 400 pages and write a 10-page paper, that's what I did. And with Capella University, if you turn something in and you want to try for a better grade, you can redo it and send it back. And there were a few times I did that because I didn't like the grade that I got. So if you'd like to know, I earned a 3.91 grade point average. That means that I got all A's and 1B. And the 1B, you will obviously, if you have gone to college at all, you will know what class this is. Statistics. Let me tell you, I was shocked I could even get a B in statistics because it was so hard. But I really worked on it, and I was astonished that I did even pass it because it is a very difficult subject unless you're the kind of person that math is easy for. Well, I'm not. I love psychology, I love biology, I love English, but statistics is not my thing. The next question that people ask me is, did I walk during a ceremony to get my diploma? No, I did not. That was not my goal. I wasn't very excited about doing anything like that. And because it's an online course, I would have had to go to a different state to actually do that. And since it was not one of my priorities, I didn't do it. So, what are some of the tips and tricks that I use to go back to college and finish my degree? Well, the first one is to set your goals. That was so important for me. I would have a goal of, I need this paper done by a certain time. Even though the course was called FlexPath, which you could set your own deadlines, I knew that I needed to get certain courses done at certain times. So I really became a person who set goals. The next thing I used, because I have ADHD, was a website called Flow Club. And Flow Club uses the concept of body doubling. If you know anything about ADHD, body doubling is having a person next to you or in the same area working together. I would always get so much more done if I was working in tandem with someone. And so what I did was I found this website called Flow Club. you would set your intention and your goals when you first came in to a work session. And then at the end, everyone would check in and say, okay, how did you do? Did you get your work done? Let me tell you, towards the end of getting my degree, there were days where I was on Flow Club 8 hours a day. Unbelievable. And I have the receipts for that too. I can show you where that was, where I was on there 8 hours a day finishing that degree. So if you're interested in Flow Club, I will put a link down below in the description for 2 free weeks of Flow Club, and you can check it out yourself. It has changed everything for me in having ADHD, and I'm going to do another video on my ADHD and how Flow Club has really helped me, and just kind of give you a tour of Flow Club. It has been the biggest help, aside from just making lists, that I have ever had. Another tip that I recommend is a book called Getting Straight A's. This book I read years and years ago, and it walks you through a system of how to go to college. For instance, it tells you to do homework immediately after a class. Another tip from that book is to reach out to the professor on day 1 and ask what all is required to get an A in that class. So my last thoughts here are, if you have always wanted to finish your degree, no matter what age you are, it's never too late, and you will have a sense of accomplishment like you will not believe. It's really amazing. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.